Furnishing certain deceptive forms. This applies to everyone, right? Chase, etc. Yes, it applies to Chase. If they're attempting to collect a debt from you, they are a debt collector. So yes, it applies to them. R1692J, furnishing certain deceptive forms. Furnishing certain deceptive forms. So A, it is unlawful to design, compile, and furnish any form knowing that such form would be used to create the false belief in a consumer that a person other than the creditor of such consumer is participating in the collection of or an attempt to collect a debt such consumer allegedly owes such creditor, when in fact such person is not so participating. So a simple example I can give y'all. This goes back to TILA, Truth in Lending Act, which is 15 USC 1601, but 15 USC 1602, it's a definition section. So when you have your car contract, if you go to your car contract right now, it's going to say original creditor and it's not going to say you. That is a deceptive form. So that's a violation of 15 USC 1692J because of the fact that you are the original creditor. You extended the credit to yourself. The FDCPA is not the section for us to break down, the fact of how you're the original creditor, but just understand, take notes, 1692J, that applies to your car contract. So when you circle on your car contract, the original creditor, that's deceptive, right? Because it's as if you're not the original creditor, right? So anything is, anything that says you're not the original creditor on that car contract is a violation. An additional violation is if they don't give you like a certain disclosure. So omitting something from a certain process, that's a deceptive form. So just really be thinking about, things that you get and what is a certain deceptive form. A deceptive form, what's a deceptive form? An example of a deceptive form, because they say any form means no restriction. An example that I want to give y'all as well, they send you a letter saying that you owe a debt. If it's an alleged debt, that's a deceptive form because they're making you think that you have to pay something that you don't have to pay, right? Because you're not paying on a positive balance. So you got to really understand that. B, any person who violates this section shall be liable to the same extent and in the same manner as a debt collector is liable under section 1692K of this title. We're going to go to 1692K next. That's where the money is. For failure to comply with the provision of this subchapter. So 1692J, pretty self-explanatory, just additional violations for y'all to get them under. The main example that I've seen, dealing with people is just the fact of, your car contract. So when it comes to rescinding that car contract, that 1692J is what you want to be aware of as far as part of your exhibits. That's only a small portion of the whole process, but that's a different conversation for a different day. So this is 1692J. I'm going to go to K if there are no questions.